Today we got that pesky P0301 cylinder 1 misfire detected, and we are in a 2018 Hyundai Santa Fe, and I'm going to show you what to do if you have this code. Now this is the 2.0 turbo, and the firing order goes 1, 2, 3, 4. So what we're going to do, we're going to start off by just swapping the coil from cylinder 1 to cylinder 2, and then clear the code, and then see if the code jumps to misfire on cylinder 2. In that case, it would be your coil that's throwing a misfire and not something else. And if that's not it, we go one step further, then swap the plugs. If the plugs isn't the problem, then we go one step further and run a compression test. To pull these coils off, it's actually quite easy. You're just gonna go ahead, pull this tab back, and then push down, and then it just pulls right out. Then it's just a 10 millimeter, and then the coil will pop right out. So we now have cylinder 2 and cylinder 1, cylinder 1 and cylinder 2. So you're just gonna go ahead and install the coils just like so. Put the 10 millimeters back on, plug them up. Then we're gonna fire up the car and see what codes we got. So I just started the car back up, and immediately the code popped back up, P0301. This battery voltage, the battery was dead, so I got it on the charger though, so it's nothing. But P0301 still stays there, and we are gonna take it the next step further to see if that's a problem. And we're gonna pull the spark plugs out and swap those over. So we just tested our coils. Coils are good. So we're gonna go ahead and repeat the same process just by pulling the coils off. Just pull the wire, pull the 10, and then we're gonna go one step further and then swap the spark plugs in between the two cylinders, and then see if the code jumps. So the spark plug is just a 5/8 deep well socket, and this plug looks, let's see if I get this to focus here. This plug looks a little bit black, as you can see. So this could be the problem. Would be nice if it was just a plug. That's what it looks like. So we're gonna go ahead and pull off the spark plug out of cylinder 2, and then swap it with the spark plug on cylinder 1, and then run the same test, start it up, see if we got the same code, and see what happens. So I could have just showed you guys the 12 volts that we were getting. So we're not getting low voltage, so those codes are just stored, I guess. But we sadly do got the exact same code, this P0301 cylinder 1 misfire. So we're gonna take it a step further and go to the compression test this time and see what our compression is looking like on that cylinder. Here's our compression tester, and we're just gonna go ahead and screw this side into where the spark plug goes, and then we're gonna disconnect the rest of the coils because you don't want the engine starting. And yeah, I'm gonna go ahead, screw this in, hook this up, and we're gonna see what's up. So I got each of the coils all disconnected, and I got the compression tester in the cylinder, and we're gonna go ahead, crank it over for about 20 seconds and check our number. After cranking, I only have 25 PSI, which is not good. So I'm gonna go ahead and check the rest of the cylinders and check the numbers on all of them. So we're just gonna go ahead, repeat the same process for the next cylinder, cylinder number 2, install, pull out the plug, and install the compression tester. We're gonna come in here, crank it for about 5 seconds. And then go check the number. So the compression reading for this cylinder is 150, and the number you want to have is you should be having between 175 and 210. But so 150 is still a bit low, but that's way better than 25. So there's definitely something up with that cylinder. But that is the compression reading for cylinder 2. Here is our reading for number 3, close to 150, so that's good. So if this next cylinder also tests close to 150, then these 3 are probably fine, and that would mean that there's just something going on with cylinder 1. So I'm gonna go ahead and test the 4th cylinder and see what we get. Here is the 4th cylinder compression reading. So what that means is there's something going on with this cylinder that is a pretty major deal. Since they're all testing close to 150, that's good. As long as you're within 10 psi with each other between your cylinders, and that's a good sign. But since I tested super low on the first cylinder, then that definitely means that there's something going on. If you're getting 20 psi within your cylinder, then you definitely got some major problems. So this could mean it could be a head gasket, it could be your rings, it can be something like that. I mean, it's something internal and not a easy fix, as you could say. But that is how you diagnose your P0301. This, I mean, the engine's gonna have to come out, so I'm gonna have to pull out the engine, check the head gasket, check the rings. Yeah, that's where I'm gonna have to start. So this one, something major, but hopefully your guys' test better than this. Compression's good. If you have good compression across the board still at the misfire, then it can be something like a clogged fuel injector. If that's the only code you're throwing, I would probably go with the fuel injector next if you guys test good with compression. But if you're having any problems, just drop whatever you got in the comments below, and I'll help you out as much as I can. But with this, I'm gonna go with the engine. Engine's not good with 25 psi. That is definitely not a good sign. But this is the final, what we were getting. We had 25, 150, 155, and then this one's just right around 150 mark. So yeah, I hope you guys get better results than this. Hopefully it's just something more simple. But yeah, if you guys do have good compression readings across the board, I would just go ahead and say I would probably start with fuel injectors next after this. But go ahead and drop me your codes below in the comments and whatever issue you're having, and I'll help you out as much as I possibly can. Thanks for watching.